All right, let's go in depth and into the mailbag tonight because I got a lot of feedback after last night's segment. After discussing the now $500,000 GoFundMe for the UNC Fraternity brothers being celebrated as patriots for protecting the U.S. flag and keeping it from the ground during tense protests on campus. The fraternity, you may remember, surrounded the flag after protesters removed it and replaced it with the Palestinian flag. I use this scene here as an opportunity to discuss the irony of protesters removing the U.S. flag, which is literally a representation of their freedom to do so, to protest and speak freely. But I also said that the flag doesn't really need to be guarded, that it's stronger than protests or disrespect, that it's a unifying symbol that represents all of our ideas and expressions, even the bad ones. Beth liked the piece. She said, "Thank you for your brave and very true words." I got a bunch of emails like those, people who loved the story, but who wants to hear the praise? That's kind of boring. Instead, I want to spend tonight talking about the people who hated it. Carol hated it with beautiful prose. She said, "I can't begin to find any redeemable mental merit in your commentary. I find your shallow commentaries to be loaded with trivialities that lack understanding of what America meant to our forefathers and reveal a lily-livered lack of principles." Now, while that was a well-composed burn, I feel a bit misunderstood. So let's get completely transparent for a moment, something I don't usually do. I personally think that these young men did the right thing. They peacefully protected the flag and showed it respect, which I think it deserves. I also think it's wrong to mess with private property under the guise of protest. Free speech doesn't give you the right to take or damage other people's things. Though, to be fair, those are pretty easy opinions, don't you think? I mean, it's kind of the safe slam dunk of a take. Flag good, vandalism bad. But this segment is about going deeper, hence the name. I want to find the parts of the conversation that make us a little uncomfortable. It's more challenging. Richard said, "I know that WRAL has become very liberal over the years, but maybe they will fire you so we can have a better American reporting our local news. So acknowledging free speech during a conversation about protests and patriotism doesn't make me partisan or a bad American. I think it's the opposite. You see, free speech is a tough topic. The founders knew that, which is why it's number one, the First Amendment. Just look at the ACLU. They're a great example. They have been fighting politically incorrect fights for a long time. They call it defending speech we hate. I mean, this is an organization that nearly went bankrupt for supporting the free speech of Nazis to march through Skokie, Illinois in 1977, a town of 6,000 Holocaust survivors. You can find countless examples of these tough moments defending free speech. Free speech can be nasty business. Joseph wrote, "It is obvious you've never been a member of the police or military, fought under that flag, or buried friends under that flag." This one's a tough one for me because you're right, I've never served. And nothing I have ever done in my life can compare to that sacrifice. But it doesn't change what the country stands for or represent everyone who served. Take Melissa, for example. She said, "When I received my commission as an Army officer, I took an oath to support and defend the U.S. Constitution. The flag holds special meaning for me. As an Army chaplain, I officiated funerals, standing beside flag-draped coffins of those with whom I had served. While it can be painful to watch the flag be treated poorly, I served to protect the right to free speech. It's neither Republican or Democrat, conservative or liberal. It stands for our freedom to express all of those views." You see, you can find this deplorable. You can get angry about it. It can make you furious, maybe. But to call it un-American is wrong. Lastly, there is one more thing that I got from a few people. Kyle said, "You continuously called the men that held the flag off the ground frat boys. You should use the entire word fraternity. And that's pretty rich coming from someone who requires 10 pounds of hair gel a day." Kyle, this is a pomade, man. You're not going to get this kind of volume with a gel. Let me know what you think. You don't have to agree with me. You don't even have to like me. It doesn't matter. I will take you seriously, and I will listen. Email Dan at WRAL.com. Tell me what's on your mind, and we'll go in depth.